appreciate it.
It's been a long ride for you guys.
It has been, yeah, man. And I really want to just thank you. You're the first backer that I've met thus far in person. So I want to thank you for sticking in there with us, man. It's been a long road, like you said, and it's just, we're here now. So
years ago, I thought you guys were incredibly ambitious. Hardware designed and out the door in a year and a half. I was like, God bless. I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. But hey, you guys stuck with it. That's the key.
And that was my promise, and that's what we're sticking to, man. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and mic you up there. Put it up here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I'll probably do is when you get ready to start riding, I'm going to trail you in the car. Okay. And what I'm going to do, we'll try to do is mic the helmet up. I'm going to put the mic in the helmet so that way as you're riding, you can just feel free to talk freely and just how everything feels, wind noise, and just as you were doing your own review. And we'll be able to pick up everything on the camera.
Cool.
Okay. We'll go over here and so this is the 3D printed version. You don't have to put this one on. I'll give you this one to put on. But this right here represents the final mold changes that need to happen. This one is the semi-final version. There's only just a few tweaks, but nothing from the interior that needs to be changed. But I did want to show you that this is what the final helmet will look like. Yep. And cool. What kind of phone do you have? Do you have I have an iPhone? Okay.
But I can't put any apps on it.
No apps. So it is
I don't have my password. That's the only thing. Oh, I need the adapter.
I have one.
Okay.
Came prepared. So what I'll do is I'll have you put this on. One of the disclaimers that we mentioned before. We have two heads-up display modules, and the heads-up display holder was designed for the right module, but the one that my team member sent me is the left. So it's installed, but it's not installed all the way, but it shouldn't block your view. I tried it on, so go ahead and try that on. These are the over-ear cushions that we had designed. Second disclaimer, I tried the helmet on and the cushions feel good, but I have our manufacturing team. They're going to provide us 2 more sets. One is going to be 1 centimeter thicker. The other one's going to be 2 centimeters because I think this can create a little bit more pressure towards your ear to really get rid of that wind noise and also provide you with a much better audio experience while you're riding. So that's what this cable's for. I'll hook your phone up. You can turn your music on, and then I'll get the mic and everything wired up. So let me see.
It's actually really nice how much engine noise it kills. There's still quite a bit of wind noise, but nothing like my other helmet. My other helmet is way louder than this. And the headphones, even with the wind noise, because they're blocking out all the other sound in the helmet, I can still hear the audio of my audiobook. I still know I'm a heavy breather and I do get a bit of condensation on the regular windscreen, but that's very typical for me. But it also clears very quickly, so the airflow through the front of it is doing very well. The helmet is incredibly comfortable in the air. The aerodynamics are fantastic. It really way less drag than I normally get on my bike, my helmets. It's just smooth and comfortable and really nice. It's almost like the helmet's not on. It does take a little getting used to the reticle above my right eye. That through it, it's still this little thing hanging out there all the time that's just a little bizarre. But it doesn't block the vision, and I have easy enough time seeing all around me. There's also a fantastic amount of view down towards the bike. A lot of the helmets block off the lower part of your vision, and this is fantastic. Complete clear signs on both sides. I can see easily out either side of the screen across with very little head movement to see all around me and see everything out the cameras. It's really nice. We're out here in the countryside, and I'm not smelling any of the countryside either. It's nice. See where this right-hand turn takes me. I really don't know where I'm going, but it seemed like a good place to go. Get off the beaten path a little bit. Very comfortable. Full range of motion. There's nothing blocking on the sides or the back of my neck when I rotate my head, which is really nice. You hardly even notice that you're wearing it, really. I'm really shocked at the reticle, how much it really doesn't affect your vision out the front of the lens at all. It's very easy. And how quickly, after only riding for maybe 5-10 minutes, how it just disappeared. The one little thing, it would be nice, and Ambrose pointed out, it's going to move a little bit, but it would be nice if it was a little bit higher in the field of view. It'd be a little bit easier to see through it. But overall, it just disappears, and it doesn't block at all any of my vision out that side. Even at high speeds and under severe acceleration, it doesn't seem any noise or any influence or anything. It just disappears. It's super comfortable. Say hi to the horsies. Picked up a couple other bikers here. See what happens if I adjust my windscreen a little bit here. No, it doesn't want to do it because of the speed. I moved my windscreen up a little bit to block more, which is where I usually use it during a heavy rain. And to be honest, there's no real change. There's so little wind that I'm actually catching. It has reduced the amount of air I'm getting through the front filter, but that's physics. Can't change that.
Not knowing
overall,
what's going on.
Oh,
Let me put the hazards on
so
there.
smooth.
I just want to give it a second, see if I actually got a flat tire on my front, or whether it's just the sensor's gone off.
Okay.
Seems like it's just the sensors. Is that working for you? Am I doing too many things?
Oh no, you're doing good, man. I'm keeping up with you, man.
Are
As
you
best as
able
possible.
to hear me at all?
Yeah. The mics have a 65 foot range on it. long as we stay within that, but we're good. We haven't lost connection yet.
So far, outside of my craziness. I did crank it up a couple times there just to see how much the engine noise. It's a fantastic helmet. I
Really?
tell you, it is.
That's music to my ears,
night
man.
and day different from my other helmet. My other helmet has gaff tape on it to hide some of the vents and to keep some switches and things. It's crystal clear. It really. Back there, I was hanging you up because I was trying to get my visor to go up to change the airflow around me, and I put it all the way up, which usually makes my other helmet very quiet because it kills all the sound. And I really didn't notice any difference outside of I'm fogging up around here. That's because I breathe like a pig. And I have to have all the coatings and everything else on my helmets just to help it out.
Yeah, and the final version is going to have the same thing, and we're still working on the pin lock as well.
Yes, I got the pin lock in there as well.
Yeah.
But I got to say, it clears off right away.
Good.
The airflow is fantastic in that as soon as it shows up, it's disappearing on my next inhale.
Awesome.
So
awesome. How about the airflow from the top vents over the head? Is it coming in the right way?
I feel it. It's comfortable. I don't hear anything from it. It's very comfortable.
So no real wind noise that's getting in underneath?
I mean, outside of the most thing I'm hearing is really my engine.
Okay.
And to your point, like that, I think a little bit tighter on there.
Yeah, thicker ear cushions.
Might seal it off completely, but I don't hear it at all. The only question, I don't know whether I would do that or not, because you do want to hear sirens and stuff.
Yeah, so you'll hear this first. We have a partnership that we're working with our voice commands company, Sensory. They have a technology that's called Sound ID, where even with that on, it's gonna pick up the sound. So when we lock off that sound, your microphone will be able to detect a siren, beeps, fire engines, all that stuff. Yeah. So I've been thinking about a lot of things, and it sucks that it's taken so long to get to this point, but there are some positives that came out of that. I really want the first experience to be the best experience, right? I want as many positive, honest, positive reviews as possible.
So you gotta also take this however you will.
Yeah.
You gotta realize 2.0 is gonna be way better than 1.0.
Yeah.
And 5.0 is gonna be better than 4.0 and everything else. And so I think the number of envelopes that you guys are breaking out of going with all this technology, huge helmet manufacturing companies have been trying down this path and have failed.
Yeah.
So I think so far I'm blown away. To your point, the only biggest criticism, this is a little bit low.
A little bit low, okay.
So for me, like, it would be much easier to see if it was like 2 to 3 millimeters higher.
Okay.
But I'm shocked at how fast that disappeared from my field of view. Not even like my eyes. We were getting, once I took off the main road, I didn't even see it.
Didn't notice it. Yeah, and one of the things that I want to make sure that yourself and other riders, so this is really, because the image is going to be there, it's really meant for you you can look through it, but it's really meant to be more of like a rear view mirror, right? You're driving in a car, you can, out of your peripheral, see if there are other vehicles in that mirror. So it's not meant for you to be driving and having to really focus on the lens, because the field of view will be where it needs to be, so that way you can see. So
yeah, this comes down so far. My field of view is not blocked at all there, which is incredible. Great. That was a huge fear I had, that I would lose, because my current helmet is a Scorpion, and it's got this large dip down there, and you also feel how much heavier that helmet is than this. And that's a brand new helmet. They just released that model last year. There's gaff tape holding the little flappy laps closed.
Yeah.
But that's my typical helmet. So much lighter, so much more room on my head,
Great.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah. So I pay attention to, I have been paying attention to a lot of the motovlog videos and some of the other guys that's got some negative press, because you don't know what's an honest review versus a paid review sometimes. But one that really stuck out for me is Gears and Gadgets. I watched his detailed review where he cut open the Ruroc helmet and the padding. And so that was going to be another question that I had, because his first review of the padding, it was just a single piece of foam throughout the padding. So it was very soft. So in watching that, I went back to my manufacturer And he cut that open. He cut the Shoei 14 model helmet on. I can't remember the exact model. It was one of their newer models. And he showed the differences where from a single piece of foam to a multi-layer, multi-density foam within the padding. So that's what I had our manufacturing team implement for this padding, to make sure that we're not just focused on the technology, we really are focused on the entire helmet as a whole, the comfort and everything.
So this is way more comfortable. Now,
That's great to hear.
Rip through helmets like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I live past Warrenton. I work in the DC area.
Oh,
so
that's a drive.
That helmet's on there for 3 hours a day. So the big thing that I would say, and one of the things I was going to ask is, how easy is it to replace the inner liner? And are you guys going to support that?
Yes, 100%.
Because that would be key.
Yeah.
This one, basically, the liner goes and I pinch it. So every 6 months, I'm in a new helmet.
Yeah. Yep. We definitely will support that, the liner replacement. Another thing that we're doing, and let me get your opinion, I'm not sure. So this chin curtain, from my perspective, I wanted them, and I've instructed them to make this chin curtain just a little bit deeper to like really get up underneath your chin to help with any wind noise. But how was that for you?
I think it's great the way it is.
Okay.
So I ride, the only day I didn't kind of think, I rode every day last week. I ride, if it's above 20 degrees and not freezing, I ride my bike.
Okay.
And in the wintertime, the moisture and stuff accumulates on that chin curtain. So having that little bit of breath is really nice. And I don't know if it's possible for you, it'd be more comfortable a little bit further back. For me in the wintertime, I wouldn't want to be collecting all that crud. If it's actually something that you can snap in and replace, or like a couple different sizes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because this does pull out. It is replaceable. So that'll be something else that, you know, maybe we'll throw in one this size and one a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would say I love this size, is fantastic for me, and that little piece there is great.
Okay.
Actually, that little bit of leather blocking the air coming straight up there is really nice.
Awesome.
And again, it's hard to say because it's overcast, but it's a beautiful day in Virginia for March.
Yeah.
But like when it's freezing cold and that cold air is blowing up your face, it's a big bag of sun.
Yeah.
There's no putting any icing on that. And my bike does a great job of hiding it all, but it sucks.
Yeah. I can imagine, man.
There's been a couple days at 20 degrees and at 85 miles an hour on 66.
How about the aerodynamics, right? Like I noticed that, and I'm pretty sure that you were doing it intentionally at some points where you were turning your head to see how the wind was cutting through, and some people had the fear of this being here and whether or not that was going to create a drag or anything. Like
It is. So it would not be fair for me to compare to other people's helmets. Compared to my helmet, this is incredible.
Okay.
There's no drag. It slips through the air, and that's why I do rotate my neck a lot like this. After 20 minutes of DC traffic, there's some muscles that tighten up in the back of your neck, and just it's always that. And that thing, when they do that, it's catching wind and everything else. I didn't notice it at all. It just slides through. It really is one of the best helmets I've ever. Not tooting a horn or anything else, even if it never shows up on the showroom floor.
All right.
It's honestly one of the most comfortable helmets ever. Weight, you'd have no idea that all this tech is in. For what is here, it is super, super comfortable. Again, I wouldn't have stopped except for the stupid tire.
For the tire,
And I've ridden on a blown out tire. I think it's fine. I think it's just my tire sensor needs to be replaced.
Okay.
Which, thanks to that little blue circle there, means it's going to be $500.
Oh man. And that right there, once we finally release and get into the market, and of course as a business, sales do what they're supposed to do, I really have so many more ideas and plans for, like you said, version 2, 3, 4, 5 that are going to be really beneficial to yourself and other riders. I won't put all that out here right now in this video because I want to try to maintain that competitive edge. But I have a lot of additional ideas to help.
Well, I think the pain that you've gone, delays here, there, and everything, you guys have figured out a lot of the key things. I come from a tech industry. We build boards. We do all kinds of stuff like that, software, which is why, I was saying, it's really super ambitious to try and, it's like, oh man, every supplier is out to screw you one way or another. There's always software bugs. there's the undocumented things that are done to your boards that you didn't know were going to be done, that your software guys didn't ask for. Congratulations, that's 3 months of rework because he swapped out this chip. It's the same.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
It's the same, all right. The interface pins are totally different.
Exactly.
So I know where you guys have been coming from, the pains and the aches, but I think that also is giving you the opportunity to really focus on doing key things with the open API and everything else.
Yeah.
You'll make it very easy to seamlessly sink into the technology that we don't have today.
Yeah.
The stuff that's going to show up next year on a bike or, you know, whatever else.
Right.
But yeah, so far this is hands down the most comfortable helmet I've ever worn on a bike.
I'm good. So makes me very happy, man. Really does.
Even though I've got a flashing light.
It's still flash. Oh yeah, the sensor there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see I got a little flashing tire.
Yeah.
Telling me, and then the front tire is the one that's flashing part of.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
I have no idea where I am.
Okay.
So
you have your, so when you do your GPS on your phone, do you normally just listen to it to go directions, or do you have a Garmin or anything?
So this is built in.
Okay.
This is one of the BMW things. You can't see it because I've got my cozy on. So this wheel controls actually everything going on with the bike. So it's actually integrated. So that's the one I typically use.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll give you some time if you want to plug that in, because I'd rather still get the footage of you riding versus you trailing me.
That works.
But
so
yeah,
I think I'll just head down here. I'm guessing this is going to get us back to 28.
Okay.
And then head back unless you want more footage or riding, whatever you're looking
yeah, no, you keep the helmet on, you keep doing your review and commentary and everything, and we'll just trail you back to Tropical Smoothie.
That works.
All right.
Cool. I super duper appreciate that. I was going to ask that. I work for one of those places. That's one of my things. If there's a way to actually shut off the camera.
Yeah, that will be, it's all voice control.
Okay.
You don't have any buttons.
Even like having something along down the road, there's a lot of people in my industry where they roll up to the office building.
Yeah.
Like you gotta lose.
Yeah. And speaking of that as well, so everything is going to be is voice controlled, but and I know software gets buggy sometimes. So there will be right here somewhere. I'll probably put one on this left side and this right side. There will be a physical button. One's going to be for the power, and the other one's going to be for reset. So that way you don't have to stop if something happens and you're telling the system, "Hey Ari, reboot," and it doesn't respond. You can just reach up and press it, and the system will reboot. And
yeah, I'm sure that you.
Yes, I've worked at a few. Yes.
Yeah, they become problematic, and they're not the kind of people that you want to challenge.
Gotcha.
But cool. Yeah, let's get back to it.
All right, man. Thanks.
I'm riding now with the windscreen up, and I don't know what it has done to your microphone, but honestly, it's interior noise. Even with the screen up, it's not bad. It does push a lot of air down into the front of the helmet, which is refreshing on a hot day, I imagine.
All right.
All in all, that's a winning helmet. That is.
Thank you very much.
A truly pleasant experience.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time, man, because being able to have our team post online and say, "Oh, the helmet's going to do this, and it feels this way," but to have you come and like actually put the helmet on, ride with it, and give the honest feedback. And please, if there's any criticisms, I want to make sure that this video comes across as though it's authentic.
Did you get to hear everything I was saying?
It's on the video.
Okay.
We couldn't hear it as we were riding because it's recording, but we'll definitely.
I was like, because as you made me pay attention to this piece.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it, and what I did was I pushed the chin up just a little bit.
Okay.
Which puts the reticle right there in my eye spot.
Mm-hmm.
Which I typically ride with my helmet pushed down a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if that's just the helmet that I'm wearing, but you start to feel that air coming up the sides a little bit more.
when you tilt it back up?
When I pushed it back up a little bit, when I was looking straight out the reticle, it was then matched up perfectly with my eyeball.
Okay.
And I started feeling it. And then when you turn your head, that's when you get a full blast air coming up that side from having that shorter skirt.
Okay.
So I give you credit for where you were saying you think it should be a little
longer. Deeper. Yeah.
There's some merit to that.
Okay. yeah. But to your point, like I said, I'll work with our manufacturer and we'll make sure that we include two sizes. We'll include this one, and then we'll include one just a little bit deeper.
Yeah, just for what people like, that leather piece in the middle.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the only thing you guys have ever done, because I've never had one with that piece before. That's money.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on any other helmet. Most of it has just been. Yeah. So
they can pay you for your invention, because that's really neat, because you really feel that, like I was saying, with that air coming up the side of the face. But overall, just super comfortable, very well balanced. It's not like your head is tilted back
heavy,
or forward. You don't notice any of the electronics. None of them get caught in the windscreen, no matter what I do.
Okay,
so
great.
As the stream of air is going over, I did wind up lowering my visor back down to put some more air on it.
Oh no, you're fine. And just a few more things. I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you or not, but so this switch here is also there to control some of the airflow. So when it's in the up position, it closes off these holes in the top, and it allows whatever air is coming in to go down the backside of your helmet. But when it's in the open position, then it allows airflow to come and stay in this channel to get back to the electronics and so on and so forth. It's just natural cooling. The same thing for this one here. This airflow, this channel allows the airflow. There's a in between the EPS, there's like a cavity that runs from where this camera is all the way to the back. While the channel, that cavity is primarily for the camera cable, it's also deep enough to allow airflow to go back there. So when you're getting on it, just other things that we're trying to think of to make sure we keep everything back here cool. And
I'm sure you guys are doing it, but you might want to test running stuff.
Okay.
And make sure you're not getting condensation back on that board.
Gotcha. Yep.
Because like for me, I don't care if it's rain or shine.
Right.
If it's not freezing, I'm on my bike.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And that's just, I'm sure you guys figure out in the electronics, but it's just like, think about that nasty road crap.
Yeah.
What makes it into that filtration system? Sitting on top of your circuit board.
Yep. Okay. I'll definitely look into that. Some of the things that we were, in terms of the circuit board, and I'll have to double check that. So more so with the cameras, but with our main PCB, we are doing things like conformal coating and things of that nature to keep
as much as you can.
Yeah.
I give you road salt.
Yeah.
Road brine and salt, it's everywhere where it's not supposed to. And you
right.
can't make it perfect. There is no perfect. You'll make it completely perfect and you'll overheat every board. So you got to find a balance. It's just
what is it?
What's the balance? Because like riders like me, you can look at my bike, it's covered in crap. It was clean 2 weeks ago, but I got enough crap on it. And that's my thought is I ride all the time. I love riding. And I love taking shit out of that.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate it
very
much. Once our final T1 helmet samples come in, I'm gonna reach back out to you so that way we can do the official beta test to test all the actual functional features of the helmet, voice control, recording, stopping and recording the cameras, and everything. Yeah. So that's gonna be, we're supposed to have our T1 samples are supposed to be finished towards the end of next week. But give or take, things happen. I hate putting dates out there because I gotta keep pushing. Yeah.
And I say I know a lot of people get frustrated when you miss dates like that.
Yeah.
But I also think you guys did a good job with doing that because it keeps you pushing.
Yeah.
And
we want to keep you informed, and we want to keep you informed as much as possible. I hate pushing back the date just as much as you guys hate seeing it get pushed back. It's all for a reason. And for a lot of the times, it's things outside of our control that just comes with the development. So
I totally know where you're at.
Yeah.
And I like what you guys did. I'm still a backer. I'm still 100% think you guys did right. And I appreciate it. I know there's been a lot of pushbacks.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that when you guys push the date back, you're like, this is what went right this time. Here it is.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, you should teach a class at a business school of. So you think you're going to make a widget?
Yeah. A lot of lessons learned.
Yeah. What really happens when you go to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fantastic to see you guys. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If everything else doesn't work out, you guys deserve a phenomenal amount of credit for actually making it. Because I can tell you hundreds of other companies that never would.
Yeah.
They would have given up a long time.
Yeah, man. It's been from the beginning. Our biggest hurdle has always just been not having the necessary working capital that a company that's trying to develop something like this really needs, right? So when you have to go down to develop something like this, and you're going down the road of bootstrapping using internal funds, and then you're trying to raise funds, it's an uphill battle until you get to some of those key individuals that say, hey, yeah, I believe in what you're doing. I want to come along for the ride, and I want to invest. And that's what we have now in our core investment team. Yeah.
And it's hard to find the right investment.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to find money.
Yeah.
But to actually come away with a company after you get that money, that's a different story. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm local. You've got my number.
Yep.
If you want any more testing,
I'll definitely ping you.
Yeah, I live right down in Warrenton, so I'm just down the road from here.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely changed my helmet size.
Okay. So you want the large instead of the XL,
Whatever
XXL.
that is.
This is so the helmet shells are actually, we're doing 3 helmet shell sizes and changing the interior EPS so that way we don't have to do a shell for every size. So there's the smaller shell size, which I can't remember what the range is, but I think it's like extra small to medium or something. And then this is large to extra large.
My current helmet, this is what I was going off, this is an XL. And it's the 60 to 64 centimeter helmet.
60 to 64, okay.
And this, when I put it on, is really tight at the beginning. But after a month, it's flopping around.
Okay, gotcha.
After 6 months, it's pretty much just but we can see it. So this is about almost a month old, and you can see I've already beat up the inside of it. Just putting it on, taking it off. Not nearly as comfortable as that.
It's happy to hear.
I would say if people are asking for anecdotal what size, this is an extra large in a Scorpio. And it fits my head super tight when I buy it, and then breaks down and loosens up. And that fit like a foot.
Awesome.
So that's my size. Anybody else who's got an extra large Scorpion,
right.
Trying to figure out what helmet size, that's the right one.
Okay. So. All right, man. I'll let you get back to it, man. I gotta go I dropped my wife off over here at the Target, so I gotta pick her up and my 2 girls.
Don't include that.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you
very
much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for the use of the helmet.
Yep. Fantastic. Most definitely, man. Thank you very much.